my channel and welcome to the first eventing vlog. Ooh, it's going to be windy out there, of 2024. The lorry is almost fully loaded. Actually, we are missing a jump saddle and they need to go in a bag so that they stay clean, but the majority of stuff is in. And oh, bridles aren't actually. That's because I went and ran through my test this morning. I need to give it a quick wipe over before putting it back in the lorry. But yeah, everything is pretty much clean, sorted, ready to load, and we are heading to Larkhill, which is a new venue for us, somewhere we've never been to before. Banksy's all bathed and cleaned and plaited. Oh, he doesn't want to show you his plaits though. Come on, show your plaits, come this way. He says no. Do I have to come around there? Should we show them from this side? We don't want to get too close because they're not amazing. I just actually shared them on Instagram and said I've done better. I've seen better. I've definitely seen better. I've done better myself, but I've also seen worse. So I'm not going to faff for too long. It took me long enough as it is. I'm rubbish at plaiting. But they are done. He's clean. Legs have had a quick wash. I'm not going to OTT with the leg washing because, well, we all know why. We don't want to risk getting them too rubby-dub scrubbery and wet and irritated, basically, because we are not risking anything stopping us from getting to Badminton this year. So tomorrow, as I said, we're heading to Larkhill. I'm actually just going to put these down before I end up dropping them now that they are nice and clean. So let me pop you here, see if the camera adjusts to the light. Ah, there we go, that's better light, and I can kill two birds with one stone now and tell you where we're heading, what we're doing, whilst giving the bridle a little wipe over. I did clean it yesterday, but I have, as I said, been and run through our test this morning. I was meant to go last night actually, but I had a sudden onset of not being very well at all, which, without being too much information, meant I needed to stay in very close proximity to a toilet. So yeah, I was not very well at all, and it was really sudden, but also cleared up just as quickly as it came. So we'll move on swiftly from that. But yeah, I was hoping to go schooling last night. Didn't end up risking it, but did manage to get there this morning just for a little 20-minute session to run through the test and make sure we know it. It's one that we've done many a time before. Just hoping that with Larkhill being very open and exposed, that we do manage to keep our cool and do it to the best of our ability. In fact, before I tell you a little bit more about Larkhill, why we chose to enter there as our prospective place to get maybe our one and only run before Badminton, I will insert a tiny bit of our run through of our test this morning, because I was actually really pleased with his way of going, and I'm just hoping that we can replicate that tomorrow in 50-mile-an-hour winds in a very open and exposed dressage arena on grass. I'm going with positive vibes. Like I say, I've been pretty organised. Everything's ready to load. Just got the final few bits to pop in the lorry. Then I'm going to take her and, oh, I need like 5 hands to do this, not 2. Take her and fuel her up, hoping that then we don't have to stop anywhere en route. It's about a 4-hour drive, but logistically it was all we could get entered prior to, oh my goodness, I'm not doing this right. Yeah, prior to, well, just to try and get a run in before Badminton. Sorry, I'm being a bit fingers and thumbs here with my hands and my words. Oh my goodness, why didn't I just ask Robbie to help? Right, hand over to the dressage footage, and then, like I say, I will tell you a little bit more about the fabulous sponsors of today's video, who is, or are, the Cross Country app. Now, I have worked with them on numerous occasions before. I've been using the app myself for, goodness me, pretty much the whole time I've been eventing, but I would probably say since 2018. Probably didn't use it, wasn't too worried massively about optimum times, etc. for the first year or so, but I definitely remember using it at, oh, that needs to go in there too, at the Riding Club Champs when we did the 100 there for the first time in 2018. So, oh my goodness, that's actually coming on for 6 years. Anyways, I am going to insert a bit of footage of my dressage here now, get the lorry all shut up, get my fuel, and then I will talk to you a little bit more about the app itself, how I use it, and also how it actually enabled me to find which event I wanted to enter next. Even if you don't subscribe to the pro version, which is the version that gives you all your minute markers, etc., and allows you to edit and download courses, you can still, for free, go in and view courses from all around the world, not just the UK. Oh my goodness, I need 2 hands. And why am I trying to do this? Banksy's watching me like I'm mad. I think I am mad. Am I mad, Banks? Is Mummy mad? She's going to put fuel in because we're going to Badminton tomorrow. Yay! Right, insert dressage, talk to you about app as soon as I've done this because I need to go and get fuel before it gets dark. So Banks was a little bit wired when we first got there. So to play it safe, as I was on my own, I just did a couple laps of the arena in hand before mounting. And then thankfully, when I mounted, he was very forward, but nice and relaxed. I could get on and do a nice stretchy long rein walk, striding out to start with. Bearing in mind this is probably only the 4th time that I've ridden in my new dressage saddle. Get your words out, Tina. So as you see, I just tightened the girth there after a little walk round, and then I'm just working on something here that Cameron had me doing in my last dressage lesson with him a couple of weeks ago, which is just opening the inside rein and then really getting him off my inside leg in walk. Just getting him to step under, just to try and get him a bit more supple and a bit more responsive to my aids in walk before doing anything else. And actually, I can't believe the difference it makes. So yeah, just a little bit of that, then cracked on in trot, and he felt, incredible instantly. Went straight onto a serpentine, and he just, he felt obedient, supple, relaxed, yet forward. He was springy and keen. Had a little spook in this corner at a wall filler. Oh, I think that was in the test actually, not in the warm-up. And yeah, really, really pleased. Did a little bit of shoulder in there that Simon had advised me to do when I was up at camp with him. So just taking little bits and elements. Oh, I've gone off the screen. Let's bring me back. Oh, where am I? Yeah, little bits of elements of each of my instructors that I've had recently, each of their training tips and ideas, and yeah, just doing all the bits that are working well for us, which I'm super pleased with. Like, chuffed. Nice downward transition there to walk. Few strides of walk, and I think we pop back up into the trot. Do we? Oh no, because I knew it was part of the test and I'd done quite a bit of trot by this point. I did a little practice of the free walk on the long rein, because that is often double marked. Come on, come back into screen, Tina. There we are. Yeah, often double marked, and means it's one of the ones that we normally do get a good mark at. So I wanted to practice that, check how much I could encourage him to stride out. Then I think we had a canter on each rein. Well, we definitely did. I know we did. Not I think we did. And yeah, he just felt amazing. Felt like I could have just sat to his canter all day. We did a little bit of give and retake practice, individual reins as opposed to both reins at the same time. That wasn't required for this weekend's test, but it is required in the badminton test. So I did just want to make sure I keep practicing that as often as possible. We also did a bit of halt practice, which we did 3 epic centre lines and almost perfect halts. So I was delighted with that. I was like, has Alex been practicing halt with him whilst I've been away? But I did mention it to him, and he didn't say that he particularly had been focusing on that. I then moved my phone on the tripod to check it was recording before I went through the test, and somehow managed to make it go out of focus. As you see, we came down the centre line there, and then we had the spook at the wall filler. So we just did a little 10-metre circle and went past it again before carrying on. But yeah, prior to this, I'd only run through elements of the test, not the actual whole test itself. And I was going to leave this in, but the blurriness is actually annoying me. So yeah, I won't leave it all in because we're not very in focus. But as you can see, it's
very rhythmical, very accurate, and I was very, very pleased. So we'll crack on, as I've gone out of focus, out of sight again now. We will crack on with moving on to getting back to the eventing vlog, guys. But I'm just enjoying watching this now, actually. Doesn't matter that we're a bit out of focus. He looks epic. Thankfully, he was also epic the next day too, but we won't jump quite to that just yet.
Didn't he go sweetly, guys? I was really pleased, especially as I popped, on Alex's advice actually, popped his old bit back in, which he hasn't used for over a year. Only a little egg butt snaffle. He actually did say he put in a loose ring, but I haven't got a loose ring, so just popped in a normal snaffle as opposed to the hanging cheek, because I had been finding, and I spoke about it a bit in the vlog up at Simon's, that he's been going a little bit overbent and behind the vertical. And it's being a little bit cheeky to evade the contact. And the hanging cheek obviously does apply a little bit extra pressure. So we've taken the hanging cheek out, popped a normal snaffle back in, and yeah, for the first time riding in it, I should have obviously ridden in it a bit sooner, but actually it's Saturday. I only got back late Tuesday night, collected him from Alex's on the way back from holiday, hacked him Wednesday, Thursday, gave him Friday off, and then schooled him this morning. So we are going in a little bit unpracticed ourselves. Obviously he's been in full work and had very good training whilst up at Alex's whilst I was away, and realistically if it wasn't for badminton I probably wouldn't have actually even entered an event so soon after getting back from holiday. However, it is, like I said, potentially our only chance to get a run in. After Morton cancelling prior to us going on holiday, I then did have to resort to looking at other options. So with us no longer having Bicton as a grassroots track, it's only the 3-day that they do for amateurs now. That all of their events aside from that are like 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, not 5-star. They only did that once. But yeah, Bicton no longer run grassroots events. They used to do an early one, April, a summer one, and end of year one. Pontypool as well, they run Cotswold Cups now. That's logistically okay for us to get to, but again, not prior to badminton. And Launceston run in the summer. Port Elliot used to always be April, but now it's August. So realistically there was just nothing apart from Morton, which as I say cancelled, that I could really get him to prior to badminton, which would mean we actually got a run and a bit of practice and a bit of a reminder how to do it under both of our belts. So I had to resort to looking back at the BE website to look at dates of when I got back from holiday, when I could do. Portman was one of them, but that was literally the day we got back, and also did abandon due to the weather. So glad I didn't enter that one and bust a gut to try and get there. So yeah, Larkhill was what we ended up entering. And having never been there before, I do often find I get, oh, you don't want cuddles, he was sleeping. He says, leave me alone, Mum. I've actually thought I'll get this done whilst talking to you. So my darling husband cleaned my whole stud kit too. He's a babe. He's made sure everything's all like oiled up and working. So anyway, yeah, logistically, in the southwest wise, the next available option was Larkhill. And I always feel, nicely please, a little bit dubious about entering an event that I've never been to before. Even if I haven't ridden there, I like to have been as a spectator or groom, just so that you can sort of know the lay of the land. Can I have this foot, please? Boom. Come on, because yeah, I'll go all the way over here. Shall I tell you what? Would that make more sense? I think it might. What was I saying? Yeah, I like to have been as like a spectator or a groom even if I haven't ridden there before, just so that I can know like the lay of the land, where the dressage runs, what sort of incline or flatness the show jumping is going to be on, where the warm-up arenas would be, where the start box generally is for the cross country, how far away the cross country is from the dressage as well, because sometimes that can have a huge impact on Banksy's way of going. And again, if it wasn't for badminton, I wouldn't be busting a gut to try and get there this weekend, with the weather being how it is. I probably would have abandoned myself, even if the event didn't abandon, but I do desperately need a run for both me and him prior to badminton. So back to why Larkhill. Logistically, it was one that we could get to. I do try to limit myself, especially if it's not a stay over, to a maximum of 4 hours driving. It says it's 3 hours and 11 minutes in a car from us, so I've allowed 4 hours with being in the lorry. Hey, stud's done, reins eased, just to do 2 big K-nets, give him his tea, and then I can get inside and have mine. It's actually surprisingly light still. I forgot that the clock's changed whilst we're on holiday. But yeah, I looked on the BE website, I found Larkhill, I looked on the cross country app, I figured it looked like a nice inviting course. So I entered. My only quandary up until now has been whether to go the night before or whether to leave silly o'clock in the morning. Like I said, I don't like to generally travel any more than 4 hours the same day as competing. To lots of people that will sound like a long way and a long time, but we're kind of used to it because that's what we have to do living in Cornwall. So I waited until Thursday when the times came out to help that make me make my decision as to whether to go up the night before and stable Banks, find somewhere to stay overnight for myself, or whether to leave silly o'clock in the morning. And with my dressage being 11:38, I was still quite indecisive, but the weather forecast being horrendous on the Saturday in Cornwall with 50-mile-an-hour winds and all this torrential rain made me decide to stay home, get everything prepped, and head up super early Sunday morning instead, praying that the storm might have passed a bit more by then. What helped that decision though also was the fact that the cross country app not only had the organisers uploaded the whole course for this year, like 3 or 4 days prior to it commencing, but they also uploaded drone footage and a guided course walk on the app too. Like, incredible. Not just pictures to follow, you've got actual video, you've got guided tuition, how to tackle the fences.
Make sure of the mounds, I would be slow with my shoulder jumping the logs, because the horses are likely to look coming off the log onto the ground, onto the mound dropping away. So just keep that good quality canter, keep the horse into the bridle, but make sure of the step up onto the mounds, and that will give you the canter you need for the rest of the fence.
And yeah, just really knowledgeable, informative and helpful, especially when going to a venue that you have never ridden at or competed at before. They've also done that previously for badminton. I know that I've been back and looked at the previous badminton grassroots course, and they've got guided course walks on there too. So if you are watching this and heading to badminton yourself too this year, you might want to go download the app and check it out, because I just find listening to the tuition and guidance on course walks so informative. Like, different guides or coaches or instructors will give different advice as to how they would ride it, but you can take each bit from each person as to what suits you and your horse. And yeah, just keep in here the handy tips and tricks for tackling certain types of fences and certain types of terrain.
Keep them short and bouncy, and then a little sort of what I call a punch in over the first element. Make sure, regardless of how you meet the first element, that you sit up, legs forward, contact, and keep the legs to the horse. Once you've landed, just keep going. Sit up, keep kicking. It's up to them to find their striding. If anyone wants to walk the stride and look at the striding, by all means do so. But to me, the most important bit is to sit up, let them find their way down to the ditch, keep the leg to them, kick them in over the ditch, and then forward up over the rail.
So having that there did massively help factor in my decision to leave early. Hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood. I don't regret that, but I have, yeah, decided that I sort of know the lie of the course now. I know the order of the jumps. I've literally watched it or flicked through it so many times, and yeah, I could tell you, but I don't really know. Like, it's a log first, then it's like a roll toppy type palisade thing, and then it's like a haystack feeder, and then it's a slanty palisade with hay in front. 5, I think, was the first combination. Yeah, a combination of houses that goes on a bit of a dippy incline round to the right. Then you go on to 6, which is quite a beefy table. Then 7 is another combination, 7A, B, C. It's like a rail, ditch, rail, so replication of similar to what we will be doing at Badminton. Then when we go on to 8, I think was like a steeplechase type fence. 9 was a log on a mound. 10 was another log. 11. What was 11? The good thing is I can go back into the app and check. The only thing they haven't got on there yet, which is something that you would get access to if you are a pro subscriber of the app. Actually, they're giving 7 days free trial to the pro features for anybody new to the app. So obviously all the links will be in the description box below, but if you want to try it out, you can, like I say, download it for free and have 7 days access to the pro version, which includes all your minute markers. You can count up, you can count down, you can go in and edit, put notes in. But yeah, the minute markers aren't on the course yet. The organisers haven't uploaded that, and normally when I do a cross-country app ad with you guys, I would take you around the course and walk it with you and input it onto the app and show you how to use it myself. But with them having done that, you don't have to do it. You can go in and use what they have done for you. And with me going to be bound to be short of time tomorrow morning, I know that I am not going to be able to go and walk around the course and record it and take all the pictures myself. I am going to be sprinting that course tomorrow so as not to have to get out of bed any earlier than 4 AM or 3:45 maybe. Anyways, I'm gonna love you and leave you guys. I'm gonna get sorted out here, get a different rug on him now that he's dry, and get the last few bits popped in the lorry before feeding myself. And then later on tonight, I'm very fortunate that dear little Lola, she's coming down to stay so that she can get up super early with me and come as top groom, because I was going solo, and her mum messaged me and said, I'm more than happy for Lola to come with you. She'd love to if you're happy to have her. So of course I'm happy to have her. She's absolutely fabulous. She's great with Banks. She loves him just as much as I do, and she's keen to get out eventing herself too, so it'll be good for her to come along and experience it and find out a bit more about what it's all about, because I'm not sure. I think she's been to Bicton for, yes, she definitely has been to Bicton 3 day before, because she was who I gave my rosette to the year before last when they were in the crowd, and that's actually how we first met. But I'm waffling, shock horror. Yeah, I'm gonna sign out and we will see you in the dark, in the morning, potentially when we're on the road, and hopefully nothing gets abandoned in the meantime. I'm not sure what the weather's been doing up there, but I know that their biggest worry was getting vehicles on and off the site. On that note, I've got to go and find where my towing eye thingy is. They've put that out. Oh, and I need to get some cash for a tip for the tractor man. Right, I'm going to put these notes in my phone so that I don't forget, and I will see you guys tomorrow for, fingers crossed, our first event of the season. Morning, Banks! Morning, Lola! Thank you for being my crazy companion, and sorry for shoving a camera on your face at 4:20 in the morning. Have you kept all your plats in, boyo? Looking promising, maybe not quite that one. Oh, but Lola's assured me she's quite good at fixing plats, so that's super handy. Right, we're good to go. Well, once he's eaten and ramp is down. Hi, little legs, are we sleepy? Oh no, we're doing a bit of Pilates this morning. Look at each. Look at each. Hello. Everybody says you don't feature on the vlog often enough, so do you want to come eventing? Oh, imagine if I had to leave you by the lorry. And some people take companions, don't they, to keep horses happy. I think it would make Banksy rather angry having to leave you rather than happy. So I'm afraid you are staying here. Let's feed the pussycats quickly. Morning, OC. And yeah, then we'll be getting on the road. Lola, put a coat on, you're making me feel cold.
Why is she not cold already?
She's not cold. She's young, warm-blooded. Right, yeah, cat's feed, and then you've got the lorry keys, haven't you?
Yeah.
Fabulous. We'll get the ramp down and get the boy loaded. Everything is packed. We went through our checklist last night. One thing I nearly didn't put in was the numbers. They were clean. I'd taken them out, I put them in a bag to keep them clean and then put them back in the tack room. So thankfully, the checklist did remind me to pick them up. What was the other thing? Oh, massage pad. Massage pad was on charge. But again, that is now in there. So let's get the show on the road. I have spoken to Cam, dear of him, because I was a bit concerned because, as I said yesterday, I've never been there before. Ooh, the lighting's not very good here. And I was a little bit concerned about finding my way, because apparently the sat nav doesn't take you directly there. You then have to use what 3 words, which actually I've never used before. So I've arranged to meet him where he joins the main road from his house at around 7. So we've got a good 2+ hours before we get to that point. And then we can go in convoy with him and follow him in, which will be nice and just give me a little bit of extra reassurance that I'm heading in the right direction, and obviously, hopefully, some nice positive vibes from Cameron too. I'm not going to shove a camera in his face because he is competing 2 horses for the first time this year, so I need to make sure he has his privacy and time to get in the zone himself, unless he says otherwise, of course. But yeah, you enjoy that, my boy. Let's get this ramp down and then we will get on the road. I'm actually feeling really excited. It's nice. It's a nice feeling really organised. It's a feeling I very rarely feel, to be fair. We made it. We're just driving in, following Cam's lorry, but there's no Cam in Cam's lorry. It's just his mum and dad. He's following on behind in the car with Chris. We made relatively good time, thankfully. Met them on one of the main roads near his house, and I followed them all the way in, which is nice because it's meant I've not had to worry about directions or where I'm going or had to use Lola as a navigator. But yeah, a nice easy drive really. The wind has been quite strong but not hideous. We've actually only really noticed it when we've got out to stop at the petrol station and go for a wee. The door just went whew, but actually driving it hasn't felt too bad at all. And a minute ago, actually I can see 2 or 3 now, I saw glimpses of blue sky, so optimistic that today is going to be a good day. We're in plenty of time to actually, I won't say walk, but run the course before my dressage. Oh, there it is.
Oh, I see horse
I see
boxes.
ponies. It's very open and exposed.
Oh yeah, it's
The flags are going like mad. But like I say, I am remaining as positive as possible that today's going to be a good day. He's going to be a very good boy and we're going to have lots of fun.
yeah.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. So we have arrived in time to have a quick walk of the course prior to it commencing. The first horse of the day is actually just about to go out the start box. As you can see, it's a little bit churned up from yesterday, but apart from that, the ground is absolutely fantastic. It feels great. Banksy's going to love it, Tina's going to love it, and I'm feeling, yeah, despite the wind, feeling really positive and optimistic. Let's lose our hat. Normally, when I get to walk a course, I would go straight into the start box, set up my cross-country app, and then walk and track all the fences and input them into the app myself. But as I say, the course organisers here have all done it for us a few days prior to the event even starting, and they've even input the optimum time now so we can work out our minute markers too, which is a great feature of the pro version of the cross-country app. So it means I don't have to go on the course whilst it's actually being run and taking place. Like I say, something's literally just about to start, and we're going to run along and do it super speedily because I've memorised the jumps already. I know which ones they are. I've just got to see the lay of the land and the way in which the track rides in between the fences.
The wedge now to the bar fence at 3.
First horsey. Second combination, road ditch rail.
Okay, so we got to fence 7 ABC, which is possibly the first most technical combination. So I've got to pin the rail in, and then it's ditch, and then arrowhead out. Because I'm not actually recording the app myself, putting to the app myself, because I've downloaded it to my phone, I can go in and put notes. So I can walk the strides.
Over the halfway point, coming down to 2 blocks.
So land 2 strides, and I can go in,
Or coming towards those 2
edit, and then write in the comment section 2 strides to ditch. And it looks like save. Technically through the other side, but
yeah, better see that. Good start for them. And on they travel now towards the first combination.
Quite a big ditch.
Knowing Banksy, I think we'll put 3 on this side. Which again, I can then edit and write in the comments. 3 strike out. And then get out the way because the horse is coming. See what they do. Exactly what I plan to do. So as we go up the hill from that technical combination down there, we've got a good old gallop to what we would call a let-up fence. Because it's a nice steeplechase fence, and also the app is telling me here that between fence 7C and 8, about halfway between, is where I should expect my 2-minute marker to go off. And because I would like to be slightly ahead of time, I kind of want to be over fence 8 before the 2-minute marker has gone on. That's my plan anyway. So course looks nice, as does the show jumping too. A little bit twisty turny, and actually quite full up, but nice, I think.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's chilled. The wind's actually dropped a little bit too whilst we're walking the course. So now just time to whack the studs in, pop his massage pad on, which I'm going to do first, and then we will hand you straight over to dressage footage, I think, so that we can just focus on getting his lordship ready. Right, baby, going to be a good boy. Gonna do nice dressage, please? Yeah. Let's get this on. This will ensure a nice dressage. Hey, so somebody's just been an escape artist. He's by the artist, so it goes with the name. But it was as you were getting back from cross country, wasn't it, Claudia?
Yeah.
You may recognise Claudia from a previous vlog, a couple of years ago, Mike.
2 years ago at London.
Yeah, and you've just done your because you were doing the Shetland Grand National. It was when I was hosting the live zone,
Yeah, it
wasn't it?
was.
And you brought her on the. You were a little bit shorter then.
I was tiny.
You've grown a lot.
Yeah.
You've just done your first BE on your gorgeous new pony Monkey.
Yeah.
And how did it
It
go?
was really good. So we got 33.3% night dressage, which I was really, really happy.
And it was a lot windier earlier this
So
morning, wasn't it?
windy. And then we did a really good show jumping round, but I did get 2 poles, but they were ride error poles. I kind of got the wrong line to the double, and then the
It's
last
quite uphill, the double, isn't it?
and then the last one I kind of got him too close, but really, really happy with him. It was quite a spooky course.
It was. There's lots of fillers in there, aren't
Loads
there?
of
And
fillers,
actually, the
everything.
youngsters are pretty decent too, and he's not very tall either, is
No,
he?
he's not. He's
How
probably
big
one of
is
the
he?
smallest. He's 14 or 14.2. I'm 14,
But being better behaved than this one, and he's only 5, I believe.
Yeah, he's only 5. 6 next month, but.
And then you went out cross country.
Cross country was really good. It was quite a big 90 for our first one.
Definitely. But I've seen some epic pictures and videos of you
Yeah.
schooling at Tweedledown.
Yeah, they were quite big fences at Tweedledown, but he went really lovely. We came to fence, I think, 7, and then it was a combination with the ditch in the middle. So it was a rail to a ditch, an arrowhead.
Yeah, it's been catching a few people out here on the travellers, hasn't it?
So we just had a bit of a stop at the ditch because he couldn't see it, and then came back round and
so
jumped it
small.
beautifully. Came back round and jumped it beautifully, and then he just got too strong with the water, so we kind of went in one way, not the other. When I was meant to go
didn't go in.
jump, no.
Oh.
I represented him and jumped it beautifully, so
Really pleased.
Yeah.
A fabulous completion for your first ever BE.
very, very happy.
Ah, makes a change from Shetland Pony Grand National. I guess you've outgrown that now.
I have.
Oh.
I have.
Bees.
B's the way now.
Bit more of a challenge.
Yeah.
Where are you heading next with Monkey?
Should
we see Monkey quickly?
I think, yeah.
I'll take the camera because Lola's going to have to stay with the escape artist, aren't you, Lo? Because he literally just slipped his head collar and went off down. Actually, at least he was going towards dressage.
Yeah.
Hello, Monkey.
This is Monkey.
He's being extremely well behaved, better behaved than Banks.
He's loving this grass.
Yeah,
Lovely
it
grass.
is nice grass, isn't it? Would you like it now? Oh, you've got a bit of a green nose. You've definitely been eating it already.
I think our next event will be Morton.
Oh yeah, they're doing an unaffiliated, aren't they?
It's about 40 minutes away from us. So
The dream. You live in the best part of the world, don't you? Cornwall's lovely in the summer, in the sun, for the beaches, but getting to events is hard work. But yeah, you've got a good location.
he has got a good
And then
location.
badminton next year, Monkey.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
So yeah, we pulled up and didn't realise Claudia was our neighbour, which was good. Anyways, I'm probably being far too relaxed.
Yes,
I think
you
I
need
need
to get on.
tack up and get ready for dressage.
Good
but
luck.
Lovely to see you all.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you. Be good. Bye.
So much.
Yeah, see you soon.
Have fun.
Right guys, it is dressage time. Banksy's feeling very excited and all cross country is all the way down there and the wind up here is a lot stronger. So the dressage arena is all the way over there. It's quite a trek to get to everything. But yeah, it's pretty windy up here. working as mad as Tina expected him to be. That's good news.
But no, you're right, Lola. He wasn't. I was very, very pleased that actually, despite, as you can see, his tail blowing in the wind, it felt safe enough to give him a long rein and have a big stretch prior to a nice little pat and then picking him back up and cracking on with our proper warm-up. But I do always like to try and gauge whether I can get away with a nice stretch, and that tells me how relaxed he is. Obviously I did quite a bit more trot work before picking up that canter transition.
No explosions yet.
That made me giggle whilst editing this, Lola. No explosions yet. Right as he goes to put in a little buck, but thankfully it was only like a bunny hop type buck. And it felt, I don't know if it was because his tail was blowing up so high, but it literally felt like he was doing them the whole time in canter. Like not proper bucking, but it just felt like his ass end, I want to say, was just like popping up all the time. So it must have been the wind, because looking at it, it doesn't look like he is. He did do a few little wee little bunny hops. But yeah, no, watching it back, I'm really, really pleased with how the warm-up went. It definitely felt a bit more like it could be explosive than it looked. So, delighted. Really good to be able to watch it back and be like, oh, actually, looks nice. It's just that tail blowing around. I'm sure it's blowing around more than others. I think he was just holding it a bit higher because he was excited. But look how obedient he was. He was such a good boy. I was very, very proud. He did light up a little bit more when we went over. Look, he even did a little bit of give and retake. But yeah, he did light up a little bit when we went over here.
So, she's in the far arena, the red car. Can't go in.
Fortunately, also, I think Lola talked then actually, and I've just talked over her. But yeah, she wasn't allowed to come inside the rope. So it's quite a distant view of my dressage test. I was a bit scared I wasn't going to be able to hear the bell. And I try my very best now to always have a canter around the outside before going in, just so that once you've moved to that new area, it's not blowing his brain by only cantering as soon as we are mid-test.
God, it's so windy.
And I'm glad I did, because look. It was a bit like, whee! And I couldn't get the right leg. Had a bit of a bunny hop buck again.
Banks is a little bit excited now.
But rather than go, oh, okay, we won't canter, I was like, no, we are doing this. Made him canter past the judge, up the long side, before coming back to trot and preparing to do our centre line. Okay, so I almost actually overshot going down the centre line and went past A rather than inside. And I'm not sure why I did that, because I never normally would. But we managed to stay straight. The judge rewarded us with a 7.5, saying positive entry, fairly straight. And then we come round and change the rein in working trot. 7.5 again, but no comments. And yeah, he just felt nice. I literally made the decision as I went down that centre line to try and relax my hands as best as possible and just push him on with my leg, even though he felt quite forward anyway. I just thought, I can't, if I get tense, he'll get tense. So we start our half 20 metre circle right to X, and we got an 8 accurately ridden with good suppleness, and then left half 20 metre circle 7.5 could be a bit more supple. Up into the canter transition left 7.5. And I remember starting grinning now, being like, oh my goodness, you don't feel like you're going to buck. This is lovely. 7.5. It says could have a little more activity, which completely agree. It looks a nice, relaxed, rhythmical, fluid canter, but he can use his hind end more, come under himself, and have more activity, as she said. Down into working trot 7, could push a bit more from behind. So then we do the same again on this rein, half 20 metre circle, half 20 metre circle. Again, 7.5 for the first half. Oh no, it was 8 for the other one. But then 7 on the turn to the right, losing suppleness, which I felt after we went over X. Up into the canter, 7.5 again. 20 metre circle at B, which we're doing now. 7.5, rhythmical steps. And he actually felt really even, like the same on each rein in canter, whereas often I find that a left canter is worse. Then the transition down into the trot. 7 could push a bit more from behind. And then as we came into walk, you can't really see it there, but I felt he went left. It's almost like we wiggled to go out of the arena a bit, and the judge put could stay straight between K and E. I think the rhythm was nice, the contact was nice, the pace was nice, but it was just a bit wiggly. Probably the wind. Hear how windy it was, guys. So windy. I was so pleased with how we kept it together. Especially in this free walk, actually, because that's where we've had a lethal moment previously at Bovington many years ago. But yeah, 7.5 for the free walk. Fair steps and stretch. Then I pick him back up to come around the corner in medium walk. A 7, relaxation maintained, but could be more supple. Into trot, a nice upward transition, stayed lovely and straight. Into a halt, which wasn't quite as good as the ones we did the day before, but head on, it must have looked good because she gave me an 8.5. Side on, doesn't look completely square, and in all honesty, I knew it didn't feel it, so I was tempted to try and push that front right leg forward at the time, but I'm glad I didn't, because she rewarded me, or us, with an 8.5.
How did that feel?
So good.
Yeah.
Considering.
Yeah, I know. I said there, no bucking.
He was wired.
Yeah.
And he went to do it. I went to do it. I got to be brave and do a canter around the outside. And
Yeah.
But off the
Yeah.
side, disappointed. I was like, oh no, this is going to go horribly wrong.
He was very good.
He was a little bit tense.
Yeah, he was.
He wanted to.
Yeah,
He couldn't push the trot on enough because I was a bit scared of it being erupting. But
Yeah.
played it safe and chuffed.
Yeah, it looked nice where I was.
That was quite fun though. The
Yeah.
dressage. Really pleased, and the judge was lovely because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hear the bell or the horn.
Yeah.
But she was like, that one's
Look
got a
at
bell
you.
and I've got a bell. I'll wait till theirs is gone, so it'll be the second bell.
Aww.
Right, let's get him back. I'm surprised at how
Good
windy
boy,
it is
Banks.
over here.
Oh, I
compared to
know.
where
I know.
was.
I said it's like completely different. Cameron's late.
No, you didn't have an extra hour in bed, did you?
I did actually.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Compared to you guys.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Show jumping time.
Somebody was very, very jolly in the show jumping warm-up. We had quite a few bucks. Not that many were caught on camera actually, but yeah, quite a few. But they're only tiny when he does them. They're only like, whee! And then he's like, get off my mouth, Mum. I want to go forward faster. As you can see down here, in the deep mud, he's like, whee! Which thankfully nowadays does
so
just make me
excited.
laugh. Although I think I bring it back to halt here. Oh, yeah.
But Tina's wishing she put her bridle on.
No, maybe not. At one time, I
But
bring
you're
him back
wishing
to
you
halt
put
and just
your
give him a pat and
bridle
say, come on, we don't need to be quite like this the whole time. It's really weird actually watching it back because he wasn't feeling strong, he was just like snatchy and wanting to get on with it. Ready? Whee! Just like, I know best, Mum, let go of my head, I want to go forwards and jump. So yeah, it was here, wasn't it? I just said, look, come on, listen to me please. Have a little pat, have a little regain of composure. And can we carry on nicely before we hop some jumps? So, as you can see, despite his exuberance,
Oh, thanks.
sweaty boy, he was pinging beautifully in the warm-up. When we went into the main arena though, oh my goodness, I went nervous. I do wish at that point I didn't know my score, to be honest with you. I think I did let a bit of pressure get to me and all this sideways motion, and he just wanted to crack on. And yeah, then I made the decision that because the takeoff points did look quite churned up, I was like almost last to go. I think I was like second to last to go in the section. I'm going to try and jump to the right of the centre of every fence. And it worked over most of the jumps. Anyway, you'll see. Nicely over 1. Nicely over 2.
This is Tina Wallace. Tina's riding her own Banksy.
Brought him back, he did listen.
25.3.
Quick change. Downhill, didn't want to be on the wrong lead or disunited downhill around that corner. Lovely, well, almost a bit of a flyer for Banks, but a lovely stride over 3. Fought me a bit into 4 because he knew where he was going. And then we go downhill over an Oxer 5. Again, he took a bit of a leap, but never going to knock that for him.
Good boy.
A very, very sharp turn up over 6. And I didn't see a stride at all, so I just let him get deep.
Well done.
But he kept the poles up. He likes to get deep. Then here, I thought I pushed on, but I don't really know what I did.
Thanks.
I tried to get more impulsion uphill and to go to the right of the double, and I feel like now, watching it back, he just couldn't read the ground line, because I feel like he looked at it a bit again there and here, because the filler's like a semicircle. I should have jumped the centre, I think. I'm going to get Cam and Alex to watch it and see what they think, but yeah, I don't want to be too over analytical of it. Bless him, carried on. Oh my goodness, we got deep here because I was just like still in a wobble.
Well done.
But yeah, I don't want to be too over analytical of it because he's not a stopper. I think it just was a costly mistake on my behalf by not going
jumping
central.
14 time. 4 jumping 14 time there for Tina and Banksy.
Right. That was a bit odd from you, Banks.
No, I got way too deep for number 6, and then I was like, no, we need to move forward a bit up this hill, make sure it's a square turn, then probably almost overshot the turn a bit too much.
Just one of those things, it's a learning curve.
I felt like I cracked on straight away, so I was a bit short. 14 times.
Really well.
Oh, sorry, sweetheart, it's my fault. Oh, I'm gutted.
Good job, Banks.
I thought, wow, I've had 4, but I didn't think I'd get 14 times. Oh, I just said all that and it wasn't recording. Not gonna lie, guys, a little bit gutted. Cork in dressage, 25.3. And then I went and messed up the show jumping. The highs and lows of eventing. It was sort of going okay. I was nervous. I think I shouldn't have looked at my score. It did put pressure on. He was a bit zesty, shall I say, in the warm-up, but it was fine. I was laughing. Yeah, he was jumping well. And then we went in, did 1, 2, 3, and then I was like, oh, where's 4? 4's over there. Then got a flyer over 5. Then got deep uphill to 6, and I was like, right, got to move forwards, got to get round, get a nice square turn to 7. I haven't watched it back, but I really did feel like I moved forwards. And then all of a sudden, I went to the right a bit to try and avoid the mud, and he just stopped. And I was just really perplexed, because, yeah, I need to watch it back. Maybe I didn't have enough impulsion, but it just was really odd. Banksy doesn't really ever stop, bless him. He didn't seem to feel, I don't really remember, it's a blur. Didn't feel like he was on a poor stride. And I was just like, oh, what do I do? I don't remember last time I had to stop show jumping. So we circled, represented, jumped a bit messily because I was still in shock. Got down over 8 and then down over 9 and finished on 4 faults jumping, but 14 times. So that sent us miles out of the whatever we were. We were line 3rd after dressage. Not that scores massively matter. It was about having a nice confidence boosting run, but I don't feel that confident now going into cross country, to be honest with you. I'm trying to kick my own bum. Lola and Tor have been very good in saying, get out there. One, use it as a schooling round, but equally ride it to the best of your ability. I am still going to go through my course on the app and write down my minute markers because, again, haven't done that since last October, so I need to keep that fresh in my brain, remember how to do it, how to use it. So yeah, I'm just going to skeet through the app, look through the pictures, remind myself of the course. I put notes on earlier, so like after 3 I know to turn left down and stay wide for 4. Palisade, 5 double of houses, stay wide to find your line I've written. 5 AB, 6 power on for that. 7, I'm not going to say it, but yeah, rail ditch rail. Look up, kick on, stay straight. 8 steeplechase, 9 jump and mound. Anyway, you get my gist. I'm going to look through that on my own a minute, write down my minute markers. The optimum time is 4:52, which means I can get in at 4:37. You get 15 seconds leeway, under, not over. And then minute marker 1 equals after fence 4. 2, we walked it earlier, was fence 8, the steeplechase. 3 is 11. As much as the time isn't relevant for my placing now, I think for my head and being in the game for at a point in time where the time is relevant, I need to be conscious of it and make sure I am accurate. Right, gonna give myself a slap, get on my pony, and yeah, hopefully we are a bit happier and smilier after cross country.
Yeah.
Was what we expected to see Atlantic Coast. Really through the Woodlands Farmer question, got all the way through. Pops over the brush now, and then continues to climb on towards Ned's Mound. We need a final flush of competitors in this 90 class. If you wish to.
There's a call out for all 90 competitors yet to go cross country. If you don't make it down to your cross country start, the course will be closed, and it'll be closed on time. And Last rider due to go in 13.55. If you're not here before 13.55, you will find the 19th track will be closed. We will not be waiting for you.
Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Go, go, go. Last fence. Yay!
Hey, I'm glad you made me do it. I mean, I wasn't ever going to not do it, but I was feeling pretty mare about it, especially as I didn't really have time to, what's the word? I didn't have time to decompartmentalise. No, maybe that's not the word, but basically I didn't really have time between show jumping and cross country to get over the fact that I messed up show jumping. Did you have a good round?
Really amazing.
Oh, good.
Back up North Jackson last year.
Oh, that's good to hear. Well,
Won it.
oh, amazing, well done. Oh, hope you celebrate tonight. Oh. But yeah, super pleased. He was his awesome self.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Insane.
Let's go back a bit. A little bit sticky over 1, 2 and 3, but there was only a roll top in the warm-up. So I literally was like, I know I could have jumped it on different angles, but because it was so close to show jumping as well, I didn't want to tire him out doing the roll top like 5, 10, 5, 6, 7 times. So I literally just did it 3 times and then said I'm happy to go because I was feeling like, let's just go before I wimp out. Not wimp out, just, yeah, my head wasn't in the right space coming down here, but as soon as we got in that start box and he felt like, ooh.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything silly though, he just stood there. Ah, you're awesome. Josie still loves it, and I think we were almost, we easily could have been 30 seconds too fast, but I slowed right down through the water and up over the last fence. So I was like, oh, how much wider can I go to get to it? We might have still been a couple of seconds. I wasn't sure whether it's 4:32, it's 4:37. I think we might have come in about 4:35, 36. But it doesn't really matter when we got 14 time fox show jumping, does it? Hey? Oh, that cross-country buzz is the best feeling. If only you could bottle it, hey? Especially if you've had a good 3 phases. Right, let's get him sorted, get him back. And you're here to watch your sister?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing the 100.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Tilly.
Tilly. And who's your sister?
Olivia.
Olivia. What's her horse called?
Wally.
Wally. They've just gone off to dressage.
Yeah.
So you thought, I won't watch dressage, I'll go and watch their cross-country. Brilliant. Love it. Right, let's get you back and washed off, my boy. Thank you for being epic as always. Love you lots like jelly tops. It was worth the long drive and the early start.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, Lo. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, is it? And I'm pleased with our dressage for our first time out. Especially in this wind. He's the best boy. And yeah, the best boy. I'm sorry, it was my fault. It was never your fault. Some water. Little drink and we'll wash you and then you can have a It is actually really warm, isn't it?
Never up, never down, never. Like a theme in a song, clever. Feeling high, feeling low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up, I always do. I never think, I always do. Never thought I wouldn't jump, oh what a fool. But if I fall, I will get up again. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I will get feather. But I get high, I get low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine.
Shout out to Top Groomy. You've been the best, Lo. Can you come every time, please? Top Groom, I mean, unless you're riding yourself. But can we just, if anybody's seen, Emily will know if Em watches this, which she probably won't, but she'll know how I normally just wang everything straight back in when I'm finished, because I'm always eager just to get on the road and get home, regardless of the result. Look, she's put everything in neatly. Girths on top of saddles, saddle pads back in bag, all boots back in bag, studs packed neatly, buckets, boots, hats, bridles. Take note from the teenager, Tina, that is how you should do it. Neat and organised means that it's easy to find and easy to sort out, ready for next time. Thanks, I appreciate it. I'm gonna go and buy you something nice to eat now. 20 matching hats. Yeah. Right, Banks, should we get you in so you do no more escaping escapades across the lorry park whilst we go and cheer Cam on in his show jumping and grab some food. I feel like I want to debrief now. I don't know how many people watched to the bitter end or not. Oh my goodness, it's about to rain. We've avoided the weather very well, haven't we? We've been so lucky. But yeah, I don't know how many people do watch to the very end. Comment below if you're still here. But yeah, I kind of feel like I want to watch some of it before doing the full debrief. So I might insert a little bit of Cam's show jumping if I get down there in time. And then I will do my full debrief. When I get back home, I have just checked, I was only 0.4 too speedy. So thankfully, thanks to the cross-country app, I did pay attention to my minute markers. But we were enjoying it, and yeah, he generally is at 90, always a little bit too speedy. So that is why, when it is important, it's imperative that I do pay attention to my watch. But you loved it, and you recovered very quickly too, didn't you? Hey, superstar? Still very alert. Should we put you in? Come on, mister. Lola's taking you home. Add a third to her clan. He ain't gonna, oh wow, he loves you. I was gonna say he ain't gonna want to go, he's gonna want to stay here with all this lush grass. Good job, Banks. Good job, Banks. We love you, mister. Thanks for being epic. Alright, let's go see Cam. We missed his show jumping, unfortunately, but he's just about to head out the start box on Gatsby. They're doing the 100. I believe we're on a relatively good dressage, knowing Cam. Whee! Oh. Off he goes. Go on, boy. Bing! Whee! Lolloping. Woohoo! Good boy! I'm not going to debrief when I get home, guys. I'm going to over and out here because it'll be dark by the time I get home. And I wanted to shout out Larkhill for such an epic event. It has been incredible. The ground, we're not needing to be towed out. I have my tip ready for the tractor driver should I need to be towed out like they recommended, and I found where my towing eye was because they thought we might need to be towed in and out, but the ground has held up really, really well. Show the ground low. Literally got back from cross country when we were untacking and that nothing was muddy. My boots weren't muddy, were they? Banks' legs weren't muddy. Incredible. It's held up really, really well. Literally the takeoffs in front of the jumps, because I was pretty late, I was almost last I think to go in my section, so the takeoffs in front of some of the jumps were a bit churned up, which they're bound to be, but the actual course, the warm-up, everything, and like I say, the driving out from the parking, absolutely superb. Long drive home though with precious cargo. Have enjoyed my day. Very grateful to have you with me, Lola. Really appreciate it. It's been fun. A good first event of 2024. Obviously could have gone slightly better, but I'm not going to dwell on that. I know it's just one of those things, isn't it? Like, it's a mistake that I made, so it happens, and that is the thing of eventing. It's very rare that all three phases go well. If it had gone well, would have been second, which is incredible. So I'm really, really chuffed with our dressage. I have actually just picked up my sheet, but I will do a voiceover of the scores when I'm editing this over the dressage test. But really chuffed couple of 8s, an 8.5 for my halt at the end, which actually I nearly corrected because I wasn't sure whether it was quite square or not. But a lot to like. Now just needs to develop a little bit more push from behind at times, which we know, but it's good because often we can get comments of like inconsistent contact or could be more supple, and there's a little bit there, half a 20-metre circle losing suppleness, but generally in the overall that's where I'll get comments like that, and none of that, just a lot to like and develop a bit more push from behind. So yeah, chuffed. 25.3 dressage. Won't mention, what did we end up show jumping? 4 plus 14, so 18 from show jumping, probably the worst I've ever had, but then clear and 0.4 of a second from being within the time cross country. We're a little bit too fast, but we were enjoying it, so I'm not going to complain about that. Huge shout out, did have my minute markers on my wrist, to the cross country app for sponsoring this video. They literally are a godsend, especially when I say, like I say, coming to events that you've never been to before. It does just help you familiarise yourself with the lay of the land, how it's gonna ride before getting here, because otherwise it's a bit of a shock to the system only walking it once on the day you're going to ride it. It's all well and good when you go to a new venue and maybe you go the night before, you can walk the course the night before and then walk it again in the morning. Like Badminton, I'll probably end up walking 3 times, but here literally had a chance to sprint it, not even walk it like I would properly with the app in my hand due to the early start. So really chuffed to be working with them again. And remember, you can sign up if you haven't downloaded the app before. You can sign up to the pro version for free, 7-day free trial. So I'll pop all the links in the description box below. Thank you again to them for sponsoring this video, and I'm going to get us and my very precious cargo, my 2 Banksies, back to Cornwall safely. Maybe get some snacks en route. Thanks for watching, guys. Do like, comment, subscribe if you don't already, and I will see you all in the next video. I must get home and enter our next event. It's giving me the buzz to do it, so that's a good thing. Bye.
Bye guys.
Well done, Lola. Bye bye.